but I'm going to section off just a small bit of the back. And if you're against teasing your hair, then just omit this step. I personally am not against teasing your hair so long as you do it right. So what I do is I just take layers, just do 2 or 3 layers, but you don't want to create a mess. If you do it right, it's easy to wash out and easy to decomb later. It's just very gentle. Rather than digging into it and doing it hard, I'm just kind of lightly brushing backwards rather than trying to create tangles. And then smooth it over just slightly. Now I'm going to section off my hair again. This is just to do the curls. I'm just using an old clip. And as far as curls goes, I will be using a flat iron, but it's not necessary so much what you use. It's whatever you're comfortable with. If you are against heat, just do pin curls, but do large pin curls rather than teeny tiny ones. The smaller the curl, the tighter the curl will be later on. So if you are doing pin curls, you want to do just probably 1 row. And I have a video on pin curls if you don't know what I'm talking about. Just do 1 row of pin curls, and that way you'll have big fat pin curls, and they'll be loose waves rather than tight ringlets. Now that my flat iron is all heated up, I'm going to go through and just give it some waves. These waves do not have to be perfect, as they are just to give body and fullness. Just like a ribbon with scissors when you're doing a gift, if you've done that, you take it halfway down, twist in, and then pull all the way down until it just turns into a coil or curl. And pretty simple concept, but I've left these front bits straight, and that's because I want more precise curls when I'm done with the hairstyle. And now I am taking a hair tie, just a regular elastic hair tie. It's best if it matches your hair color. And take all the hair, except for maybe just a few strands right behind the ear. Get another one here. Very small amount of hair. That one is perfect. I might not even have to recurl it. Do a loose ponytail at the nape of your neck. Not tight at all. The tighter it is, it'll ruin the bit of teasing and volume we did. But I am tightening it just under here. That way it doesn't affect up here very much. There you go, a very loose, messy ponytail. Simple. And now what we're going to do is called a topsy-turvy or a topsy ponytail. And what you do is you separate the ponytail in half. And we're going to tip the ponytail upside down or over and hide it within the gap we've created. Usually with a topsy-turvy or a topsy ponytail, you put the ponytail through and pull it all the way out so it creates an interesting knot, but we will be leaving the ponytail wedged inside of the hole. So just push it in. There you go. Take a handheld mirror to check it in the mirror. It's about exactly what I want. And if you mess up, just pull it out and start over. And at this point, you just take some bobby pins and secure what you've already done. you are left with the straight bits and perhaps the parts that were curled that are just left out. And what I'm going to do is make them perfect ringlets. Do thin bits of hair, that way it'll appear more natural, as well as turning some inward and some outward. So that last curl was inward, this one will be outward. Inward, pull, and outward. Just inward, outward, inward, outward. A good pattern keeps it from being too uniform. Now I'm left with this sort of Victorian era hair, which is probably perfect for certain things, but maybe a little bit strong. When you have too much hair, such as what I have right now, take just little bits of it. Find the perfect spot and pin it into place. This will make it look a little messier, which is perfect. Overlapping the hair is good as well. It makes it a little bit harder to identify what curls are coming from where, which is actually what you want. Right now I'm going through and I'm using the tail of my rat tail comb and just pulling up the part that I teased ever so slightly, not to mess up what I've done, but to give back a little bit more volume. You can even pull it gently. I think it's good to curl your bangs slightly. If you've never curled your bangs, it's very simple. Take your section of bangs and go down, curl in, let the heat cool for a minute so you don't lose your curl right away, and then just brush it downward. And then you instantly have the perfectly curled bangs. And voila! My romantic easy do. If that's not quite feminine and romantic enough for you, use a hair accessory. You could always use a headband, maybe something with a flower here. I just have a flower clip. I love these. You can always put them on your shirt, on your belt, or in your hair. And what's nice about one like this is you can put it right where you've made the focus of your hairstyle and give it a little bit of interesting touch to the back.